Hey, how's it going? I'm Chef Darwin, pardon me, and this is Cooking Up. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Let's get these glasses off of here so there's no reflection or whatnot. As you can see, I'm up at the stairs in my my office slash workshop. That's my wife's station over there. This one's mine with the compensatory dual screen computer thing, which I rarely use unless I'm editing video, which takes a lot more of my day than I'd like to admit. Anyway, the reason for this little short video is a lot of people wanted to know. The last catering event I did was for 115 people at a company here in my local town, if you will, well, I live in Kings, and they're down in Rochelle. There's tight quarters in here. And I made pork chops, Caribbean barbecue pork chops. And people were so taken by them, which I'm very happy to announce, thankful to, but they wanted to know how I could keep them so juicy. There's my dogs. Hello, dogs. You guys just relax, relax. And the simple answer to that question is water. Let me let the pups outside because they're tripping out. And like I said, the key to that is water. Come on, Char. Come on. She's reluctant to go outside for some reason. Afraid of everything. But anyway. The key is water, or brine, if you will. And there are traditional brines. I am not a traditionalist. Not in the least sense of the word. So what I like to do when I make a brine is just season the water as I would like the pork chops to taste. In this case, see if I can get this camera to do this. Woo! There's my brine. Can you see it? It's going to be difficult. There it is. All right. Now let's tilt you back up. That's the key. I mean, you leave them soak for anywhere from 30 minutes to, I wouldn't go over 12 hours because that'll break down the tissue in the pork, and then you just get mush instead of meat, and that's not good eating. These here that I'm doing today will probably sit for about 4 hours, and then I will sear them off on both sides and place them in a 350-degree oven for 15 minutes, 145, 150, then rest them, let them come up to temperature, and they will be juicy and delicious. They will, trust me. So with that said, I will bring you back when the cooking begins. Alrighty? Alrighty. Alrighty. Those pork chops, as you can see, well, that camera can see, this camera can't. We have pork chops in a lovely brine, and it just consists of seasoned salt. Here we are with the glasses again. Seasoned salt, regular salt, and garlic. And they've been in there for, oh, I don't know, almost 4 hours. As you can see, they're thoroughly saturated. So I'm just going to set them out here on a paper towel so we can pat them dry. And then I'm going to re-season them lightly with some salt and pepper. And then we'll get them on the fire. Get them on the fire so we can get a nice GBD going. Golden brown and delicious, in case you didn't know that. As I was saying earlier, this video came about from a catering gig I did here in town. People were always wanting to know how I kept those pork chops so moist. That's how I did it. The brine. The brine. It's all in the brine, man. And you can season your brine any way you'd like. Like I said earlier, there are traditional brines, but I am not much of a traditionalist. I mean, there are, I suppose, some things that there are a right way and a wrong way to do things, but this is not one of them. And I have found that through brining, you can add basically any flavor you want as a back note, which is really nice. So let's move this back over here into the camera. Hopefully I can see that, or you can see that. I can see it fine. A little salt. Get the heat going on my cooker plate over here. Cooker plate, he says. What a weirdo. On my pan over there, I've got the 14-inch skillet out. I don't normally use that one, but why not in this case? I don't want to overcrowd my pan. Get me a little pepper going here. Not a huge black pepper fan. On eggs, it's a wonderful thing. If that's the same fly from the last video. Anyway, let's not pay attention to that guy. Cracked black pepper is, like I said, okay on eggs, but it is what it is. It brings a certain je ne sais quoi to, I guess, what you're cooking. Kind of. But you have to be a fan of it. There are other seasonings I prefer, like salt for one. Other kind of peppers, red pepper is to me is a little bit better than black pepper, as long as you use it sparingly. Just waiting for the pan to come up to heat. I don't believe we need any oil in a non-stick pan. You can if you want. I shan't be doing that. So let's give this a turn to the side. And we'll flip. Alrighty, I think we have sufficient heat going now. So let's put the thickest of the chops into the fire. Nice little sizzle. Oh, just love that sound. Means we're doing something right. One can hope. And finally, last one here. Nice that the pan's not overcrowded. Get room to maneuver. Get a nice sear. Now season the second side. Because you got to season your protein. I cannot preach that enough. Where I go into restaurants and it's obvious that they haven't seasoned the protein properly. And it's very bland, unfortunately. It doesn't taste well at all. Not too much black pepper on this side. We got enough on the other side. Just a little skosh for fun. Skosh being small amount. Let them go for a couple of minutes per side. You want to make sure you get a nice golden brown crust. It's the secret. I don't know what secret that is, but it's the secret. And over here, I have a covered pan that will go into the oven at, like I said, 350 degrees for 15-20 minutes, just so we can bring the internal pork temperature up to temperature. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'll get you a close-up of that in just a second. I'll let these other two go a little bit longer. See that there? How pretty that is. Of course, it's probably fogging up the lens, but you You've got to be able to see that. Anyway, we'll put them in here once they're seared on the other side. Let them sit in the oven for a couple of minutes, bring them up to temperature, and it'll all be good. Oh, there's a beauty. Perfect. Now just 2 or 3 minutes on this side, and they go into the oven. Won't that be nice? Alrighty. Alrighty. I think we are at the point where we can transfer them to the pan. See if I can get that to you without dropping that on the floor like the sausage from the other day. There's a thing of beauty. Oh yeah. Okay, good stuff. Heat's off there. And we're covering these due to the fact that we want to retain moisture. The oven can tend to dry things out unless the recipe specifically calls for uncovered cooking, like in roasting or whatnot. But this is strictly a bake into a 350-degree preheated oven, which is up to temp, for timer. Let's go with 15 minutes. I just turned the timer off. Look at me go. It's only my 3rd day with my new oven, so there you go. 15 minutes. And with that, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm going to spin this camera around one more time so you can see the action coming out of the oven. And here they are. See if I can't get this tin foil off with one hand, which I probably can't. Hey, it's kind of working, it's kind of not. Look at that. Would you look at that? There they are. Notice the moisture that has collected. That would be the steam condensation gathering. Now let's put you over here. And in the interim, I took the liberty of washing up some dishes because unlike some of those celebrity chefs, I am the crew. I cook, I got to do the dishes. Yeehaw. But anyway, that is what it is. You'll notice this here, I'm making some spaghetti squash, and that's a video for another day. Grabbing a fork so we can slice into this bad boy and I can test it, because it's all about the taste test. I hope we have a good view on that camera. I cannot tell, but it looks like it. Yeah, you can see what's going on well enough. Nice and tender. Still pretty juicy on the inside, but it's all about the flavor. That's good. Still very moist, thanks to the brine. 2-3 minutes in the pan on either side, 10-15 minutes in the oven covered at 350. Then you've got yourself a wonderful pork chop. Juicy, tender, flavorful. Again, your brine, season it how you wish. I'm a non-traditionalist. I've said it 3 times now in this video. I'm a non-traditionalist when it comes to brine. I think you can season the water of the brine any way you want the pork chop to taste. But don't forget, when it comes out of that brine and before it goes into the pan, to re-season it again. Always season your protein, always. Okay? Okay. Thanks for watching. This is Cooking Up, and I am Chef Darwin. Bye-bye now.